I'm Dave Pitt, and this is the last of 4 films for the Finding Our Funny Roots project for Creative Black Country. This project has been looking at Black Country humour from 1950 to 2000, and in this video we're going to be looking at how local vernacular impacts on humour. Or as we'd say round here, we don't half speak funny.
Yes.
Maybe.
Black country speak, it's a little bit weird, isn't it? Basically, it hasn't changed for like hundreds of years, and 80% of those words that we use are Germanic in origin, which is kind of weird really that we haven't got a word for schadenfreude when Villa lose or Blues get relegated. So we've got this old and historical accent that's very rich and wonderful and amazing. But why is it seen as funny? We spoke to Dr. Paul MacDonald from the University of Wolverhampton, has got a little bit of a theory about that.
Just like ugly things are funnier than beautiful things, so dumb things tend to be funnier than clever things. So dumb has comic potential.
So yeah, the rest of the world sees the Black Country as old and unsophisticated because we're this industrial working class area with a bit of a silly sounding voice. But that gives us the opportunity to subvert things. It's that incongruity theory. It's that thing where intelligent things said by dumb people in a dumb accent is comedy gold. And to prove that, we've got a Mr. Brian Dakin to read us a little bit of the Bible, which shouldn't be funny because it's serious. But maybe if it's done in a Black Country accent, it becomes comedy gold. Let's find out.
In the night, Mary waked up Joseph and I said, "The baby's here." "Jesus Christ," he said. "Oh, that's a good name," I said. "I was going to call him Rodney." So Jesus was born. They wrapped him tight in herd and rag and put him in a manger. Well, it was a trough that they fed the horses out on really with the fiddle. Mary and Joseph was chuffed to billy-o. The innkeeper come in with his missus and brung Mary some hot milk. They had a deco at the bab. "Oh, he's a buster," they both said. Innkeeper turned to Joseph. "Knock this bearthams down your wazzin and wet your babby's yed." So they did. The innkeeper's old wench told them all, "This babby's just been born and Mary needs to get her yed down. So if you two get blooded, you'll be out on your ear." Up on the bonks, 3 shepherds were watching the sheep. It were freezing, so they sat by the fire and let the wammels done all of the work while they filled the bellies and had a fake. Suddenly, all hell broke loose. It were like bonfire night, and an angel come. They'd never seen one afore, so they was freaked to death. And being wimps, they chucked the sins on the floor. "Ya daft apeths," the angel specked. "I sure hate thee. I just brung thee a message." They looked up through the runs. "A bab's been born in Bethlehem," the angel said, "and his name is Jesus, and he's the Son on God." Now don't ask me, it's complicated. Go and have a look at him. He's there, lying in a manger. On the road to Bethlehem, they canted about him and all the other angels. "Fancy coming to we," they said. "We buy bob-ons like them over in Oakham. Staffed by it, really." "I knows," the t'other un piped up. "But what about that song, Wore it a Buster? Something about glory to God in the highest." "We'll try and write it down, and when we get back, it'll be Boston and karaoke on Saturdays." So they got to the town, all tatered and a bit flummoxed. "Look here," one said. "It's all right, that angel bloke, saying that Bab can be fun in a stable. But have you said how many there been? I'm all over the shop. We'll be looking at 'em for weeks.
What a cliffhanger! There's also instances where a particular joke will only work in the Black Country and with the Black Country accent. And to demonstrate this, Emma Pursehouse saw local comedian Susan Murray at some fete or something, and Susan Murray demonstrated it with this joke.
That one where there's a bloke, copper who's walking down the cut and he sees a bloke and he's there fishing. He's going, me mate's gone, me mate's gone. And the copper takes his boots 3 times in and I can't find you, mate. Where's your mate? There's like 2 pieces of bread and no mate. They won't get that anywhere else, will they? No, they won't.
So Susan's joke must show that we're totally unique and there's nothing like us in the world. But then Josiane comes along with this comment about humour being universal.
Of course, studies of humour around the world show that there are universal features of humour. So all communities, all human beings, if you like, use humour in the same way across the world. So there are these universal features that you can find in all types of humour from different groups of people around the world.
So what does that mean? Does that mean that we're not special? Or have we got something here that we haven't got elsewhere? And I kind of hope it's the latter and I fear that it's the former. But then Dr. Paul MacDonald said this.
It's not that we're particularly special in the Black Country, we're just better than everybody else.